Welcome to God world. Let's get it.
A little, okay, that they have quietly separated. This ain't their first separation though, okay? Every time they get, into they fight and,
Welcome back to StarHush, where the drama never sleeps. It looks like Angela Simmons has finally had it with Yo Gotti's games because she just dropped him like a bad habit. Trust me, this breakup didn't happen in a vacuum. Rumors of cheating have been swirling for months, but now the gossip on the streets is next level. Word is, Yo Gotti got his side piece pregnant, and now another baby is on the way. Knowing Gotti chased Angela for years, you'd think he'd show some respect. But apparently loyalty wasn't part of the deal. And now Angela's not just walking away, she's preparing to serve up some savage revenge, and it's about to be chaotic. Here's the full breakdown. Those rumors didn't start yesterday. Back in 2023, Gossip of the City dropped hints that Gotti and Angela were broken up. Or at least on thin ice, because he was spotted sneaking around with his nurse boo during a trip to the Aria Hotel in Vegas. They tried to pass it off saying they were on a break at the time, so it wasn't technically cheating. But come on, nobody was buying that. That story crumbled fast when more sources started speaking up.
Turned music mogul Yo Gotti have quietly gone their separate ways, Brad. They say Angela felt like, honey, she was putting in more effort than she was getting back, honey. Now, they're saying Yo Gotti's schedule was non-stop, studios, business, appearances, and she started y'all feeling like she wasn't a priority. And when a woman don't feel like she's a priority, she needs to leave.
And now, this latest baby bombshell looks like the defining moment in Angela's breakup. If even half of it's true, things are about to get wild. All right, let's keep this mess rolling because it just keeps getting wilder. Word on the curb is that this nurse Gotti's all hugged up with now might actually be the same one he was entertaining while he was out in public professing his love for Angela Simmons. Yep. That means while the man was putting on a whole show about Angela being his dream girl, he may have never cut off his previous flame. From the outside looking in, it seemed like he had cleaned up his act. He was posting up with Angela, showing out like she was his everything. But now, it's given fake storyline vibes. People are starting to believe Gotti was running a double play the entire time. Angela in the spotlight, and this other lady in the shadows. It's a bad look, especially now that more tea is coming to light, because guess what? Rumor has it, the same nurse boo is pregnant. Yes, allegedly, Gotti's expecting a whole baby with her, and the timeline is looking messy.
little, okay, that they have quietly separated. This ain't their first separation though, okay? Every time they get, into they fight and, we get word. And so apparently this is real this time and they haven't announced. And I'm just trying to figure out why they ain't announced. They don't announce everything else.
Insiders are whispering that this pregnancy wasn't some surprise hookup. It might have been a whole situation that was going down on the low for a minute. And when Angela found out, she didn't just walk away quietly. No, sis was heated. According to folks close to her, she went off on Gotti in a major way. The energy, straight up fed up. Some are saying she crashed out emotionally, like she snapped and let him have it for playing her so publicly and privately. So here's where the real drama popped off. Angela found out about everything and completely lost it. According to sources, she didn't just pack her bags and leave. She went full-on fed up and reportedly trashed Gotti's place. She really thought what they had was solid. Let's not forget, she even forgave him once before when he cheated on her with his ex. That alone had people raising eyebrows, but she chose to believe in their relationship and give it another chance. After that whole scandal, they played the usual game, talked things out, had those long conversations filled with promises, and of course, Gotti swore up and down that he was a changed man. Angela, always looking for the good, decided to take him back. And just when it looked like they were back on solid ground, boom, he went all out for her birthday. Gotti didn't hold back either. He reportedly spent close to $500,000 on lavish gifts just to prove how much she meant to him. He dropped around $300,000 on a crocodile Himalaya Kelly Birkin bag. Yeah, one of the rarest bags in the game. And that wasn't all. He added a matching diamond-encrusted Himalayan watch that cost another cool $100,000. That man was dropping dollars like confetti. Insiders say Angela was stunned, like jaw on the floor, shocked when she opened those presents. One source even said, Gotti loves to go all out for Angela on her birthday. He's super thoughtful when it comes to gifts and wanted to find pieces that were exclusive and hard to get. And that's what makes this all so crazy. These men will spend wild money, make grand gestures, show up like Prince Charming, yet still can't stay loyal. After everything, he turned around and did the exact same thing again, cheated, repeatedly. And now, allegedly, he's expecting a baby with someone else. That's wild. The worst part, he spent years chasing Angela like she was the prize of the century. You remember back in 2015 when Gotti shot his shot in the boldest way possible? That line from his track Down in the DM is iconic, and I just followed Angela Simmons, boy. I got a crush on Angela Simmons. He wasn't subtle, he made it his whole mission to get her attention. Back in the day, Gotti was not holding back at all. He put his whole heart on the track, basically putting his feelings on blast for the entire world to hear. That wasn't just a casual shout out, it was a bold move. He wasn't just sliding into her DMs quietly, he made it public like everybody needs to know I want her. That bar from his song, it instantly became one of the most talked about lyrics in hip hop for months. People were hype. The way he shot his shot was so clear, so direct, folks couldn't stop buzzing about it. Everybody wanted to know, was Angela gonna respond? Could this actually turn into something? There was this low-key excitement in the air, like maybe we were watching the beginning of a real love story unfold right in front of us. A lot of people were rooting for it too. Fans were hoping Angela would acknowledge it, maybe hit him back with some love, or even just a little playful response. But nah, Angela came through with the coldest curve in the game. She straight up hit him with radio silence. No comment, no repost, no emoji, not even a little like on Instagram, nothing. People started wondering if she was just playing it cool or if they were keeping things hush-hush to avoid the media circus. Then, when the rumors started heating up, Angela finally broke the silence, but it wasn't what people expected. She stepped forward and respectfully shut it all down. She let folks know that while she appreciated the attention and thought it was flattering, nothing romantic was going on between them. Oh, it definitely wasn't just business as usual at that time, let's be real. Even back then, fans were side-eyeing everything, especially after it came out that Angela and Yo Gotti had actually been having private convos behind the scenes. Things started to get real interesting when Angela invited Gotti to the launch party for her brand, FFG. And no, this wasn't some polite group invite. This was personal. Gotti showed up solo, cameras flashing, media going wild, and the two of them were snapped looking way too cozy to pass off as just casual. Naturally, the whole internet went wild. Fans were losing it online, talking about how this had to be the moment they made it official. After all the bold lyrics, the open admiration, the DMs, the song shoutouts, now Gotti is showing up front and center at her event. It was giving main character energy, and people were convinced these two had finally taken it offline and into real-life romance. But just when the rumor mill hit top speed, Angela jumped in again and pumped the brakes hard. She wasn't letting the chatter get out of hand. She came forward and made it crystal clear. Just because Gotti showed up to her event didn't mean anything was going on romantically. According to her, it was nothing more than mutual respect and support. Two grown folks showing love for each other's businesses, period. But fans weren't exactly buying it, especially after seeing those photos. People swore up and down that the chemistry was undeniable. From the body language to the way they smiled in each other's presence, it had everyone thinking, nah, something is definitely going on here. Surprisingly though, Gotti backed her up in interviews. He kept it real and confirmed what she said. Yeah, he had been sending her gifts, dropping flowers, and going all out trying to win her over. But Angela, she just wasn't feeling him like that. She was kind, respectful, and classy about it. But romance, that door stayed shut. And honestly, fans started feeling bad for Gotti at one point. It looked like he was out here making a genuine effort, publicly and privately, just to end up getting curved again. For a minute, he had the whole internet rooting for him, thinking maybe persistence would finally pay off.
Yeah, he came to my event.
We saw he gave you some flowers.
Yeah, they were really nice.
So y'all not together?
No.
He shot his shot though.
He's a nice guy, and I'm flattered by everything, but we're not.
He said he was really in your DMs, though. Did he really did?
I didn't see, because I don't really check my DMs.
You don't
I got a
follow
bunch
him.
of them. But I didn't see.
Yeah, you get a bunch of them, I'm sure.
I just didn't see it.
So I want to notice in your DMs, Angela.
Angela, let's see your DMs right now. Can we take a look?
I don't have my phone.
Great answer.
Then just when we thought the dust had settled, boom, the whole story flipped. Turns out Gotti wasn't exactly the free man he made himself out to be. Word started spreading that while he was out here throwing flowers and sweet talk at Angela, he had another woman quietly posted up in the background the whole time. Things got extra messy when Gotti himself dropped a little gem in an interview, casually revealing that he gave one of his baby mamas $100,000 for Valentine's Day. Yes, you heard that right, $100,000. He didn't say straight up that they were still romantically involved, but come on now. Who's giving someone they're done with 100 racks for Valentine's Day? It wasn't Christmas, not even a birthday. It was a day for lovers. Now, he could have played it like it was for the kids or something family related, but Valentine's Day? That raised eyebrows real quick, and folks stopped feeling sorry for him. Fans were no longer buying the whole heartbroken admirer storyline. Suddenly it made sense why Angela might have been keeping him at arm's length. If she had even an ounce of awareness that Gotti still had ties with one of his baby mamas, ties strong enough to involve that kind of money, then no wonder she was never all in. Honestly, that explanation seemed to click with people more than Angela simply not being interested. It looked like maybe she had been peeping game the whole time and was moving real smart, protecting her peace, keeping her distance, and dodging a situation she knew could get complicated fast. But just when folks were ready to leave it at that, Angela came through with a twist no one saw coming. Out of nowhere, no build-up, no soft launch, she hit the internet with a shocker. She was engaged. People were shook to the core. Nobody even knew she was seriously dating anyone, let alone preparing to walk down the aisle. The whole thing was airtight. No hints, no leaks, no soft-focus Instagram teasers. Angela played it like a pro. While people were still trying to catch their breath from the engagement reveal, she doubled down and hit the world with another bombshell. Then boom, plot twist number 2 hit even harder. Angela wasn't just engaged, she was also expecting her first baby, back-to-back surprises, and the whole timeline was losing it. Nobody saw it coming, like whoa. Not only had she moved on, but she was building a whole new life on the low. Now let's be real for a second. Gotti had to be somewhere sitting in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Probably phone on Do Not Disturb, playlist on shuffle. Something dramatic like Heartbreak Kids in the background after all that effort he put in. Years of shooting his shot, lyrics, love declarations, the flowers, the showing up. And she just popped out engaged and pregnant? Yeah, that hit had to hurt deep. He probably saw that Instagram post and instantly regretted ever being so loud about his crush. All that public admiration just for her to move on without even blinking. And Gotti didn't stay quiet for long. He put it all into music. In his track, Save It For Me, he dropped some lyrics that had fans doing a double take. He said, Pastor Number D'Angelo, I thought I had her man cuffed and married. That made me mad. I respect it, I'm moving on. But the truth is I want her bad. My baby mama was upset. I ain't her last forever. Whew! The man basically admitted he was still tied up with his baby mama while wishing Angela had stuck around and waited. Like, what? You're still deep in a whole situation with another woman, dropping $100,000 Valentine's Day gifts, but you mad Angela didn't sit on the bench until you figured it out? Let's be honest, Angela was never about to sign up for any kind of shared situation. She's not trying to play second to anybody. And even though Gotti poured out his heartbreaking lyrics, he probably didn't wallow too long because that's when fans did what fans do best. They went digging. And what they uncovered about Angela's mystery fiancé? Now that opened up a whole new can of tea. Now let's talk about that mystery man Angela was once engaged to, because when the tea spilled, it had everybody clutching their pearls. Turns out his background was way messier than folks expected. His past wasn't just a little shady. He had a full-on record with serious accusations attached to his name. From issues involving women to disturbing domestic incidents, the streets were buzzing with worry, and the headlines didn't hold back. Social media caught fire, and people were genuinely asking, how did Angela, someone with such a clean image and legacy, end up linked to someone like him? Fans were stunned. But Angela wasn't backing down. She stood firm and made it clear she wasn't going to abandon him because of his past. She said he had turned a new leaf and wasn't the same person he used to be. She showed loyalty and rode for him publicly, even when folks were raising serious red flags. But of course, the whispers didn't stop there. More rumors started flying, claiming Angela's fiancé wasn't exactly keeping things faithful. Word on the block was that he was stepping out on her too. And even though the talk got louder, Angela stayed quiet, always defending him and pushing back against the noise, trying to make it work. But love can only cover up so much, and eventually, the truth couldn't be ignored anymore. By 2017, Angela announced they were done for good. That breakup hit the blogs instantly, and fans had just one thought. It's finally Gotti's time to shine. After everything, this was his moment, right? Angela was newly single, and folks were convinced that this was the perfect setup for Gotti to slide in smooth. Some were even hoping he'd be her rebound, but nope, she wasn't giving him even a second glance. Angela kept it pushing like nothing changed, and she didn't entertain Gotti one bit. Instead, she was spotted with other high-profile men, including NBA baller Serge Ibaka. But that fizzled out before anyone could even hit the follow button. It came and went so quick, blink and you'd miss it. Then folks really thought, okay, now Gotti gotta be up next. But still, crickets. Angela didn't bite, and just when people were about to give up hope, in 2020 she surprised everyone again and popped out with a whole new man, boxer Daniel Jacobs. That one had fans spiraling because by then, it was beyond clear that Angela's type was apparently every kind of man except Yo Gotti. At this point, it felt like a full-blown rom-com, but the kind where the underdog just never gets the girl no matter how hard he tries. Gotti had been crushing publicly on Angela for more than 5 years. Fans were starting to ask the real question, when was Yo Gotti gonna give it up and move on? Because this endless chase was draining everybody, like it was starting to feel less like romance and more like obsession. But then, it finally seemed like Gotti caught the hint. He switched things up and started dating someone new, a woman named Yaya Sandoval. For a minute, it looked like his Angela phase was done for real. Yaya even made it Instagram official when she posted a New Year's pic with Gotti. Of course, a nosy follower had to slide into the comments and ask, "I thought he had a crush on Angela." And Yaya clapped back quick with, "Not no mo." Whoo, she thought she said something, but little did she know that no mo wasn't gonna age well, because Gotti pulled a full 180. Just 2 weeks into the new year, Gotti flipped the script and left Yaya. That alone had people raising eyebrows, but what really got the gossip wheels spinning was that Angela just happened to break up with Daniel Jacobs right around the same time. The timing was too perfect to ignore. And then, it happened. After nearly 7 years of Gotti shooting his shot, Angela finally decided to give him a real chance. The internet lost it. Everyone was hyped like we were watching the grand finale of a love story that had been brewing forever. For the first time, it really looked like the fairy tale was coming together. Angela and Gotti started popping up everywhere together, on vacations, at events, posting cute couple pics all over social media. And yes, they even rang in 2023 side by side in matching outfits, looking like the cover of a romance movie. Angela started opening up in interviews too, saying she was happy and at peace in the relationship. When asked if marriage was on the table, she didn't hold back. "I mean, I love him, I'm happy, I'm in a great relationship. So yeah, I'm cool," she said. "I learned in life to just go with the pace of where you at. You don't have to rush anything. When things are meant to happen, they happen." She was glowing and fully in her soft era. Angela even called Gotti one of her biggest inspirations. "We just get each other. He's a hustler. I love watching him. He inspires me to do better, be better, and I'm really happy with him. I think he's a great person. I know." It was giving power couple vibes all the way. The fans were rooting for them heavy. But just when everybody thought it was smooth sailing from here on out, boom. Here comes the first of many cheating scandals, and suddenly everything started unraveling. And just when Angela decided to give him another shot, things took a whole new turn, and not in a good way. It wasn't just the cheating whispers floating around. No, the streets started buzzing about something even deeper. Gotti's name got caught up in serious headlines after people began tying him to the fallout of young Dolph's situation, and folks were stunned. When that case started unfolding, it wasn't just background noise anymore. Real claims were being made, and they had the hip-hop world in a chokehold. It got even crazier when Cornelius Smith, one of the men involved in the case, got on the stand and dropped a huge shocker. He pointed fingers straight at Gotti's brother, the one they call Juk out here, saying he had a major hand in the whole thing. According to Cornelius, Juk allegedly offered a $100,000 payout for someone to make a move on Dolph. That's when everyone went from just raising eyebrows to full-on side-eyeing the whole camp. This wasn't just some regular rap drama anymore. This was next level. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing, and the conversation online exploded overnight. Even people who don't usually keep up with this kind of gossip were locked in. But wait, here's where it gets even messier. Cornelius said that he and his guy were each promised $40,000 to follow through on the plan. But after everything played out, they only walked away with $800 each. $800! That's not just messy, it's wild beyond belief. Now, to be clear, Yo Gotti wasn't officially accused of anything himself. He stayed quiet and didn't make any direct statements. But the fact that his brother's name was floating around in such a serious story had people giving Gotti the side eye. It was hard for folks not to associate him with the situation, especially since he and Juk are known to be tight. The trial had folks looking at Yo Gotti sideways, like real different. People started wondering if he actually knew what was about to pop off before it even happened. And let's be honest, if any of that was true, it would have taken this whole mess to a whole new level. Even if he didn't personally do anything, just knowing and staying quiet, that would have made him look real suspect. The online chatter went wild. Fans weren't just talking, they were piecing things together like it was an episode of a true crime series. The rumors got so loud that people couldn't help but start raising red flags all over Gotti's relationship with Angela. Because if the man really got ties to stuff that serious, folks were concerned, heavy. People were worried about Angela's safety, not just hers, but also her son. That's right. Fans were saying loud and clear, "Protect your peace, sis." Some were even warning her that sticking around could put her in harm's way. The word on the timeline? Angela might be playing with fire. Folks feared she could get swept up into something she had absolutely nothing to do with, just by standing next to him. Especially with whispers floating around that certain people from the other side might want to get back at Gotti's camp. Fans were scared Angela might end up in the wrong place at the wrong time. And let's not act like it's just talk. We've seen how fast things can go left in these messy industry circles. But here's what really had people stunned. Angela didn't dip. Nope. She stayed loyal through that cheating scandal, stayed 10 toes down while his name was getting dragged into court headlines. And even after all that, he turned right back around and started a whole new family with his ex. He chased her for 7 years just to flip the script like this. The audacity is insane. And now, after everything she's sacrificed, she gets hit with betrayal again. That's enough to make anybody crash out emotionally. So now the question is, do you think Angela's finally done, or is she gonna hold it down and ride through even more drama with Gotti? Drop your thoughts in the comments like this video if you were shook by this tea. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more drama deep dives. I'll catch you next time, my stars and hushers.